Omaha's public school district is opposing any property tax bill that would increase its reliance on state aid. Thanks for joining us. I'm Quinicia Fraser.
I'm Bill Shammer. The board is taking that stance in response to the governor's proposed property tax bill. It would make the state responsible for funding K-12 education.
KETV Newswatch 7's Sean McKinnon has the split decision by the board and the response from senators. Sean?
Quinicia, Bill, the OPS board says property tax is the most stable and predictable tax source, and it's subject to local control. They argue if the state takes over funding, they're at the mercy of budgets that need to be balanced. Governor Pillen has cut state senators' summer recess short. They're back in Lincoln to figure out a way to lower Nebraska's property taxes. In Omaha, the OPS board is also back in class, taking a vote.
Motion carries. Thank you.
By a margin of 5-2, members vote to oppose any bill that would result in the erosion of local control or increase school district reliance on state aid.
There are probably 1.5 million reasons why the district is opposed to it.
Senator Wayne wishes they spelled out those million reasons, at least a few of them.
I can say OPS has not came to the table with solutions, and so I wish tonight would have been not just a no, but we don't like this part, but here's some things that we could do going forward.
OPS is staunchly opposed to LB1. That's Governor Pillen's bill that would put the burden of funding public schools 100% on the state and get rid of property taxes going to your local district. Right now, 40% of OPS funding comes from property taxes, 60% from the state and feds. Senators Lou Ann Linehan, Justin Wayne, and Ben Hansen rushed back to Omaha to hear the board vote. All were disappointed.
We could become from one of the worst states as far as state funding to one of the best, if not the best state in the country in state funding our public schools. And they're saying no?
We're talking about one of the largest property tax decrease in Nebraska history here, the largest. And one of the biggest points we made when we were all discussing this is making sure that we maintain local control, not just in cities and counties, but also maintain local controls in schools.
The board has been meeting with Senator Jana Hughes. They're open to supporting her property tax relief bill if she'll change the averaging adjustment and land valuation component.
In its impact in a number of ways.
We also reached out to other school districts. Papillion La Vista got back to us saying they're waiting to make any formal statements of support or opposition, but they will prioritize stable funding and local control. Back to you, Quinicia.
All right, Sean, thank you.